then I guess I was going to ask you the question on Ravan and his 10 heads. So I guess that also maybe would, it is always a talked about topic. So maybe you can just
Yes.
elaborate on that as well then.
Sure. And Ravan, we always imagine him as having 10 heads. And interestingly, if you ask a child to draw Ravan today, it will always be one head in the middle, 5 on one side, and 4 on the other. Right? That's how we see Ravan's 10 heads. And even Valmiki has used the words Dashanana and Dashamukha, which means the one with 10 heads, to refer to Ravan. Okay. But what is interesting is this, that he has described Ravan's form in great detail. When Hanuman goes to Lanka, like we spoke before, he saw the other Rakshasas. He looked for Sita all over the city, and then he went inside Ravan's palace. It was nighttime. Ravan was sleeping, and he saw Ravan's sleeping form. And through Hanuman's eyes, Valmiki has described Ravan's sleeping form. And there it is clear, he talks of the head as singular. So he does not use the plural for heads. He uses the words Ananam and Mahamukhat. So he had only one head. And also for arms, he uses the word Bhujau. Now, just like we have singular and plural forms of words, in Sanskrit, we also have the dual form, the Dvivachan, when you are referring to exactly two objects. And Bhujau is a Dvivachan. So there were only two arms. But then what about the 10 heads and 20 arms? Also, when Ravan stepped out for battle in the Yuddhakand, Vibhishan and Ram saw them from a distance. And Vibhishan pointed out Ravan to Ram. Ram had never seen him, right? Till that time. If he had 10 heads, what do you think Vibhishan would have said? There, that person with 10 heads is Ravan. But what he said was, Ravan had come riding a great chariot with a canopy, a chhatra on top. And Vibhishan said, there, that person under the white canopy, that towering person who is radiant like the sun, that is Ravan. Okay, so once again, there he's talking of only, he would not have had 10 heads. However, what about the use of the words Dashanana and Dashamukha? And interestingly, going back in the story a little bit, when Shurpanakha came, and when Khar had been killed and Shurpanakha came and reported to Ravan, Ravan was on his throne, on his magnificent throne, holding court with his ministers. And Shurpanakha came in. And then Valmiki says, through Shurpanakha's eyes, she saw Ravan. And the words used are, Vimshad Bhujam Dashagrivam Darshaniya Parichadam. It was a sight to see with 10 heads and 20 arms. Okay. So on his throne, he appeared as though he had 10 heads and 20 arms. Although he didn't. Most likely he had a throne which had 10 heads or 9 heads, and the 10th one, his real one. And his throne was one which gave the appearance that he had 20 arms. Remember, Ravan was extremely powerful, and he wanted to project that power. He wanted people to be fearful of him. And so this is symbolic, having 10 heads, having the power perhaps of 10 people. Many people have described the symbolism behind the 10 heads. But Valmiki's use of the words and the situation makes it clear that they were not real.
That's so clear, in that point, and it just makes so much sense again. On that subtle, gross thing, and how to just poetically give yourself a sense of more power. Why not say you have 10 heads? It really does make sense, right? If you think about it in that way.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.